forgotten me.
No. How could I?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me. You are more than what you have become.
How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be.
Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
No! Please! Don't leave me!
Remember.
Don't leave me.
Okay, what are we talking about?
How much of a fucking loser you are.
I'm pretty cool, guys, aren't I?
Guys, have you heard of Destiny 2?
It's that game that's like, you know, everyone respects the developer right now, loves the publisher.
It's the hottest thing out at the moment.
It's super hot.
So hot right now.
Everyone loves Destiny 2. It's everyone's favorite game. And it's so popular, in fact, and so loved that the developer has had to issue a gigantic update talking about all the improvements that they plan to make to the game over the next year. And it's a little bit meh. So, we've all been there, right?
We've all done something wrong.
We've all done something wrong.
But then we don't do it again and again, and then release an apology that says, hey, I'm gonna continue to be pretty shit.
We're all like, come on, baby, give me another chance. Please, please, give me one more chance.
I won't make love to her like I make love to you. Promise.
Destiny 2 has turned out to be a big disappointment. It came out last year in about September time. The critics loved it at the beginning because they only played it during the campaign, and they're like, hey, this campaign is better than the first campaign, so the game must be good. But
Which we
Destiny 2,
disagreed with, by the way.
which we disagreed with. The campaign was very, very average. This was no Halo 2 campaign, people. So obviously everyone reached the end game at that point, and they saw how hollow the game was. And the biggest issue with Destiny 2 is that they removed the incentives. The cool things that you played Destiny for, they just aren't there anymore. Like your Galahorns and like your raid-specific perks on your weapons and your record books and all this sort of shit that you were like, I want to collect it all. Like this Pokemon-style gotta catch 'em all addiction that you had to Destiny. That's not there anymore because everything is now really bland and boring. What's happened is that the community has been crying out for an update. They're like, please tell us how you're going to fix this game because right now it isn't great. And Bungie, to their credit, haven't been holding back on this either. They've been very much like, okay, we know there are problems, we'll talk about it in the new year. Chris Barrett now leads the live team of Destiny. They're the people who have been sectioned off within Bungie to fix the existing game, while everybody else goes and works on Destiny 3. Okay, and that's a true story, by the way. There is a live team who's a subset of Bungie who do this. It's not like all of Bungie's working to fix Destiny 2. It's like some people only are working on Destiny 2, everybody else is working on Destiny 3.
I mean, that says volumes there.
Yes, it
I
does.
mean, you know, I would expect Destiny 2 to have a life cycle of at least between 3 and 5 years.
Yes.
You know, and I understand that they need to start working on that new one, but like, for me personally, if I was a developer, I'm like, if I really want to make sales of Destiny 3, I need to make sure that Destiny 2 is good enough for people to even have a hype for Destiny 3, and it's just not there. So to put a tiny little team together,
It's not a tiny little team. It's just
or
chunky
whatever it
team.
is.
Don't get me wrong.
Whatever
what I'm
it
saying
is.
is it's not all of Bungie.
it just feels like it should be their main focus. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
don't even think there should be a discussion about Destiny 3 at this point when you got this amount of problems with Destiny 2.
Yeah.
There should be no live team. There should just be one team, Bungie.
Yeah.
And they're all working to fix the game.
This is just a similar thing as what I said a few months ago. Ultimately, I felt like they made Destiny 2 because they needed a rebranding. It was such a damaged Destiny 1. Now Destiny 2 is again just damaged as fuck. Why would you go back for Destiny 3? The brand is just completely destroyed.
And the thing is, the brand, they did a lot of good work to rebuild the brand of Destiny 1 for people who were still playing it. It was a great game by the end, but the people who decided that vanilla Destiny was shit, they're the ones that needed the rebranding. They needed a reboot to attract them back.
Yeah.
And so that's why Activision and Bungie made this sequel, to get those people on board, but they completely forgot the people that stuck with the game the entire time.
100%.
And that's the challenge. But anyway, this update is basically a laundry list of all the things that we can expect to come through in the next little while. Now, we can go through some of the detail, but I just want to spell out at a very high level what it's about. It really is about bringing back the things that you liked from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2. That's it. I'm really not exaggerating when I say that. There was almost nothing in this list of changes that they spelled out that say, here's how we're moving the experience forward beyond what we had in Destiny 1. It's really just about saying we're catching up to where we were with Destiny 1.
If you really just want to start playing Destiny 1 again, you tune in at fall. But in reality, it sounds like if you want to start playing the potential expansion of the Destiny 2 universe, it's going to be even further than Fall.
No.
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
what you mean. You're saying basically we're going to catch up to
Yeah,
Destiny
we're
1
gonna
in
be-
September of this year.
Yeah, we're going to be Destiny 1 in September, and then if you want to see some new shit, tune in next year.
That's right.
That's what it feels like.
No, but that's exactly what it is.
Do you know what I
can
mean?
just say?
Like,
it's exactly what
That's
it is.
exactly what you guys are signing up for.
So
And
ju-
they are hurting big time, and they know it. And look, I applaud them for saying, we know that we fucked up and we want to fix this stuff.
And hit it! Can I borrow a feeling? Could you lend me a jar of love? Hurting hearts need some healing. Take my hand with your glove of love. How about it? Will you marry me? Again?
Ooh, no.
Oh.
Okay, you heard the lady. Why don't you take it outside, all right?
But I feel like at the same time, it
shouldn't be here.
It's so bad. It should not be here. Look, not to mention that there's been seasonal events before, there's been little patches, and each of those situations have disappointed us even more in a lot of respects.
Correct.
It's always been, steered towards the Eververse, and ultimately it hasn't built that brand up again.
Yeah.
So for them to now go, look guys, we're going to bring everything back and we want to bring you guys back. They also had previous micro chances, I think, to kind of make us understand that, they
heading in the right direction.
Yeah, but they just weren't all those times before.
Well, that's what this big update's meant to be about. Some of the detail at the very, very highest level is, first of all, the Eververse. Now, there's a big movement going on right now of remove Eververse, because people hate the store. Basically, the cash shop full of loot boxes has really gutted the end game, as too much is shoved into these loot boxes, and not enough is available from just playing the game. They said here that they recognize that the scales are tipped too far towards tests at the moment, and Eververse was never intended to be a substitute for endgame content and rewards.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, that is bullshit. It was
Absolute
clearly
bullshit.
meant to be a substitute for endgame content and rewards. They're just basically saying now that they want that to change.
That they fucked up.
Fair enough. They want it to change. It's good of them to say that. Proof is in the pudding, though. We will see where it goes.
Yeah.
This, of all the stuff that's listed here, this is the one that I'm most skeptical about, because this is the one that's going to affect their bottom line the most. So watch this
Exactly right.
space. We will see what they plan to do with Eververse to tip the scales back, but I remain
Because
hesitant.
ultimately, the sales are now being fully realised of the game, at least for the large chunk of the game
Yeah.
at its initial launch.
Yeah.
For them to, of course, to continue to make sales, they do rely on the Eververse. It's
Yeah.
just like, of course, like any game that has huge server costs, of course they need to make sure they're making money. So to make that claim, that comment about how they want to, move forward, you're right. Like, it's hard to know if there's any actual
Totally.
truth to that, because they've already made their sales. How are they going to continue to monetize the game without the Eververse?
Sure. I applaud the fact that Bungie are making these changes. I think it's a good thing. It's going to be better for the game. But I want to be cynical because I just want you to look at just how much Destiny 1 is in what I'm about to say, okay? First of all, they've talked about raid reward rework, which basically is going to re-add raid perks to your gear when you get them, something we had in Destiny 1.
Yep.
Strike scoring is another thing that's coming back from Destiny 1. They've promised an improvements to the mod system, not related to Destiny 1, but the mod system right now is truly terrible, so anything is welcomed. We've got PC tower chat, the idea that we're going to be able to chat in the tower now to help find groups for things, a very basic feature, but hey, it's something, I guess.
Yep.
You're going to be able to see your fire team members on the map.
Wait, that wasn't there before.
That wasn't there
I didn't
before.
even realize that wasn't there.
It's a true story. They're going to be bringing back private matches. They're going to be bringing back 6v6 playlist in PvP. They're going to be bringing back Mayhem.
Additional fixes.
Additional fixes,
Little
sure.
we just want to make this list seem fatter, so
There's-
we'll just put that there too.
They're going to say exotic weapon and armor balance pass, as in we're going to make them more powerful, like they were with Destiny 1. They've got
Vault space, I was going to say that's important.
Vault space.
That's important. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't have been there originally, but
I promise, sorry to burst your bubble, but they're giving us an extra 50 slots of vault space, which is not enough at all.
it's not enough. We don't want to be always the super negative people. I agree that it's a step forward, but ultimately, guys, it's not where a AAA game like this should be, especially when its predecessor was so fantastic by the end of its cycle. Isn't that where you should start? Not kind of Yeah, it's just
And
like...
they're also introducing heroic strike changes to add modifiers to them. Again, something we had in Destiny 1. Item collections and records had that in Destiny 1. Weapon slot and archetype improvements, which basically means the way that we have 2 primaries, 1 heavy right now, totally sucks. Everyone anticipates this will change. But this stuff here that I'm about to list doesn't happen until fall 2018, which is September, just in time for their TTK, you know, expansion if they do one then. They've got additional Crucible playlists like Rumble. We had that in Destiny 1. Masterwork exotics, fine. Trials of the 9 improvements, don't know what that means.
It's so ambiguous, you got no idea.
Shader system that everybody hates. That's not being reworked until September 2018 either. So at the moment you have to dismantle all of your shaders individually, right? It takes forever to do that.
And it's still a consumable? Are they changing
It's still consumable, but who knows if they'll change that.
They
They're saying whatever. And yeah, they've got address solo versus fire team matching, and that's obviously relating to PvP. Something else that they said that they fixed in Destiny 1. I don't know how that's doing in Destiny 2. So I know that we kind of look like jerks as we are talking about this.
I don't know, like, I actually feel like we're just trying to be as measured as possible from the previous information that we've received from Destiny and Bungie time and time again. You know, they've said they're going to make things better, and they don't, and it's like, well, hopefully they do. And the stuff that they've listed, it's not an improvement on Destiny 2. It's just like we're trying to bring it up to speed of Destiny 1.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. So, and look, I think the real question is, does Bungie deserve the chance for people to wait around until these things are fixed? I would say no. To be honest, I'm not going to stick around. I think a die-hard Destiny fan... You know, there's other games to play that I think that you are going to get more rewarded with, like Warframe, for instance.
Comment section triggered.
Play Warframe. We'll see like 400 comments of that.
Monster Hunter comes out this like next week as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So
like, I just feel like they've had so many opportunities now. They've damaged the brand so much. I just don't think that anybody should really stick around for this or wait for these changes. And if anything, they should wait for these changes to occur. Then let's see how the community responds. And if everyone is saying Destiny 2 is back, baby, and it's fucking better than ever, then have a look at it again. But until then, don't stick around for some empty promises. We don't know what this shit is.
Yeah.
Like,
break my heart, Bungie.
Yeah,
you break
our heart
my
again.
heart. Anyway,
what happened to Halo 2? Like, what happened to that, man? Alright, guys, well, we're off, and we'll be back tomorrow to give you more Destiny 2 news, probably.
Or Star Wars Battlefront.
See ya.
Will you marry me? Again?